So hello and welcome back. In our last video, we completed looking at how our backend will look like, and now we can see the backend is here and it is complete as the way we wanted. Right now, we can send the request to our backend and get the response. So in the next video now, we are going to start looking at our front end so that now the project can be complete. But before that, I wanted us to test our backend with Postman. If you know Postman, you can use Postman if you don't have a backend to send the request to this. If you don't have front end to send the request to a backend, and that's what we'll be doing before we proceed on our front end. That is. So if you haven't liked this video, kindly remember to like this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, because that's how you can support this YouTube channel. So let me see you in the tutorial. So by now I'm assuming that you have already created the API key in the website for the OpenAI. You can see my API keys here, and you have already added it here in the .env here. So you can see my API there, and I'll delete after I have completed this project, so that the OpenAI API, my OpenAI API key will not be misused by anybody. So right here, I want first of all to do some changes. So I want to create a variable here that will hold my OpenAPI key. So I'll just add const, and then I'll say open AI key here, just like that. And then I think that will be always be the similar with this, but there's no problem. So copy everything here or cut everything there, and then is equals to now this OpenAPI key. And you can see here it's giving us error, and I think this is because we have the same name here for this variable. So I'll just add here another underscore so that it can be 2 underscores, and it is giving me error. So let me see what is the error. It is telling me that is declared but its value is never used, but okay, the error has gone. So what now I'll do, I'll now copy this variable and then place it inside here now there. So you can see now we have that variable here as our OpenAI key. So now you need to open your Postman. So I have opened my Postman here, and now we can start looking at our response here. So right now I'm sending the message here as our prompt, and if you look in here in our backend, we are receiving this message here. So this message that is we are sending from our Postman here, we are receiving here as a message, and then we give it to the prompt, and this prompt is coming from we are sending it to OpenAI API, that is. So let me go back to our Postman here, and then start sending the message now. But first of all, let me also look at if my backend is running. I was testing earlier before I started recording this video, so that's why you are saying here I give the message to this OpenAI API, this message here that is saying describe South Africa. So, and you can see it is giving us a message here. So now what can I maybe say here? I can give it another message. Let me ask it maybe something like describe the word drive in Kenya, just like that, or in Africa, or anything that you want to ask it. So let's give our backend this message, and this message to OpenAI API, and see the results that it will give us. So you can click here, and first of all, you must make sure that your request is post, because we are using post request here because we are sending the message to our backend. And also what else you need to include this URL here. And my backend is running on our local host, and then port 8000. That's what I have included here. So you can send this. So let's send and see the result. So you can see here we have the request is being sent, and now we are waiting for the response from the OpenAI API. So you can see now we have gotten the response here, and it's telling us here that Kenya is home to a wide variety of word drive. I don't know if you can see, or I just zoom in. I think that's now okay. I'm just zooming in, and let me first of all scroll down here, or let me push this up here. So you can see the response here. Kenya is home to a wide variety of word drive, ranging from large animals such as lions, giraffe, elephants, and rhinoceroses, to smaller animals such as antelope, zebras, and giraffes. That is, the country is also home to a vast variety of bird species, including flamingos, storks, and ostriches. Additionally, Kenya is home to numerous species of reptiles, amphibians, and fish. So that's what we get from our backend. And if you see here, you can see we have also listed, or we have printed this response in our console. And this is because in last video we added this here, this console that is printing our response. So I can remove this and then save it, and then let me ask it another question. So I ask it to describe Miami, Florida. Here, Miami, Florida. I'm thinking that's the spelling. So let's give it this as a message, and this message now will go to a prompt for OpenAI. So send this request. So you can see we are sending the request here. So let's wait for the response from OpenAI API. So this is the similar thing that ChatGPT work in, and you can see here now we have gotten the response and a status code of 200, meaning that our request was successful. So you can see here it is telling us that Miami is a vibrant city located in the southeastern United States, on the Atlantic coast of Florida, with its tropical climate, diverse population, and endless entertainment options. Miami has become one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. So you can read all of it, and it's look really nice. It's giving us what we want. So I'll just ask it a question regarding maybe the code. So I'll tell it write a code for Node.js to start a server. Actually, I don't know if this even makes sense, but let me give it and see the response. So you can send the request here, and you will see the response that it will give us. So right here, it should give us some snippet of code. So you can see here it's taking time, and that's okay. But here you can see now we have the code. It is giving us the code that you can run as for the node that is. So you can see it is starting the cons HTTP, and then it requires HTTP, that is importing HTTP, and then it creates another variable here, this host name here, and then you can see the whole process. So yeah, it's making sense, and this works correctly. So I don't want to just make this video very long. In the next video, I think we will look at listing other engines that you can use. Right here, you can remember this line of code here. So after that, now we'll move now to the front end, where we start now coding the similar clone to the ChatGPT. So let me end this video here, and I'll see the next one where we start listing these list engines for the OpenAI.